I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all got to start appreciating. And you got to stop disrespecting this man. You got A.J. Brown, who's a legit number one, and you got Julio, who's another legit number one. One of them dudes got to get double teamed. Who gonna get double teamed? And whoever gets double teamed, the other one gets the ball. I'm saying this with no pun intended, with full of pride. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as the saying the truth, what it do, baby? It is your boy Pride, obviously joined by Mike. My guy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic, man. Feeling great.
I'm so glad you're feeling that way. So glad to have you energized and revitalized.
Got my drink, like Lil Wayne said, what's in my cup is what's in my cup. Don't ask what's in my cup.
I will never ask, I promise. We have a packed show for you, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we're going to talk about the top 5 duos in the NBA. We'll talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then I'm going to give Mike an opportunity to vent out some frustrations that he has. Before we get into all of that, rip to a legitimate legend. We throw the term legend out loosely. Like, we throw it out extremely loosely. John Madden, 110%, without a shadow of a doubt. If you Google the word legend, he comes up.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what anybody says. Like, this is a guy who, granted, people know him because of his commentary, right? Like, that's what people know him a lot by. But to be honest, man, as a coach, 103 and 32 and 7 draws, bro. That's his record. Over a 75 winning percentage, bro. Let that sink in. Let that sink in, bro. Hell of a dude. I want, not only do I want the next Madden for him to be the cover,
yes,
but
sir.
I hope and pray what they do is they have him incorporated somehow. So what I want them to do is, like, if you miss a field goal, you hear him go doink. If you get a hit stick, you go pow. Like those type of things that he said, I feel like you can kind of keep him in there. So even though he's not doing a play-by-play, look, this game was named after him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's how I'm like, got on to John Madden, like playing the game, hearing his voice throughout the game. And then as I, started to watch sports, I got to know him more than just somebody who, who voice over in Madden and stuff. I found out he was a coach, Super Bowl champion, and all that stuff. So we're really just playing Madden, hearing his voice. It was in the halftime show, him and Boomer, like those two are guys when I think about Madden, just hearing those two voices. And like you said, it's only right to have him grace the cover of Madden 23. I'm a huge gamer, so every year I'm playing Madden. So and like the game itself, it can use improvement. I'm not gonna sit here and rant about video games, but I hope next year they really focus on Madden 23 and give us a good product.
Yeah, and look,
John Madden.
And look, I'll be honest, dog, and I mean this with all due disrespect. Fuck Madden, right? Because, like, I can't stand it because it's just horrible. Like, you know what I mean? It's all. But I will say this: the next Madden, if John Madden is on it, I'm buying it. Yeah. I'm buying it, and I'm not buying it for PC because I got a PC set up, right? I'm not buying it for PC. I'm gonna buy it for the PlayStation or the Xbox, whatever has the cover. Because God damn it, I'm getting that shit, bro. Like 110%. This dude, he's phenomenal. And I'll be honest, dog. This guy, eventually, he's gonna be a 2-time Hall of Famer. He made it. He's in the NFL Hall of Fame for coaching. I don't know. Freddie says, I hate Madden because I suck. I don't suck that bad. All right, not that bad.
What kind of
Yeah.
player are you? Do you just like you constantly throw the ball? You can't like how you?
So here's how it depends. It depends on the team. So here's why I low key. This is why I kind of hate Madden, right? I've been robbed a lot, right? Where like I'm like, someone says I play an all rookie. Nah, bro. I listen, bro. I simulate it and I still lose. Okay. All right. Freddie goes, right. You're just ass. I'm not ass, bro. I'm not that bad. All right. Now I'll be honest. I'm not goated. You feel me? I ain't gonna try to tell people that I'm amazing, I'm phenomenal, I'm godly.
So what would you rate your skills from 1 to 10?
Like one being dog shit and like
Yeah,
10 being
10 being goaded, 1 being dog shit.
I'd say 4 to 5.
Yeah, that's what I put myself.
Yeah, like I'm like average.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At best. And then you can say maybe I'm a little below average at a 4.
Well, with me is just defense. It's me stopping somebody who got a high power offense. That's what my problem running at. So,
Yeah,
but me on offense, I think I'm a
nah, dog. I be using the I use it the linebacker, and
plus I play with the Bears, so we ain't really had.
Oh no, y'all horrible.
So yeah,
100%, y'all horrible. Greeting Yuki asks, "How good are you in fighting games?" I'm about the same.
I'm trash. I'm not gonna lie. I am at a 0.
Yeah, I'm about the same. About like a 5, maybe between like a 4 and a 5. Like I'll beat some people, but if you know what you're doing, you'll dust the shit out of me.
Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, Taken. I used to be good in all those games, but now I'm trash. Catch me on the 2K. 2K, I'm a 8.
At 2K, I'm about most of the games. I'm like, except for Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I'm cracked out of my mind.
Yeah,
I'm cracked.
I'm a 6 or 7 in Call of Duty,
bro. I'm cracked at COD, bro. I'm cracked.
Yeah.
But
wrestling, I was some ass in wrestling too. So
I love wrestling. Oh yeah, but I play casual because like when you play online, bro, they be cheesing. They'll be having like what they be doing in Mortal Kombat, where they be having you up against like the invisible wall, and they be pinning you, bro. A lot of people in wrestling, bro, they be too cheesy. So that's why I on terms of online play, I formally retired. Can't do it. Too cheesy. Too cheesy. I broke my TV one time. I was like, yep, I can't do that again. But Mike, I'm gonna give you your opportunity. Patrick Williams, after that, injury to his wrist, the Bulls went to try to get an exemption from him.
Yeah, and they got denied.
Yep, and it was checked out. They were like, nah, he can. There's a chance he'll come back, so they denied it, which then brought people to be coming at Sir Patrick Williams in a very interesting manner. So the floor is yours, Mike. Is he a bust?
Hell no. Like I check my phone and I see all these. I'm in a Bulls group, so I see all these comments like, yeah, we should trade Patrick Williams. It's time to trade Patrick Williams, and it's just like with Bull fans, they just need to relax. They so quick to want to trade players that haven't really developed. And if you look at Patrick Williams, 6'7", 220, only 20 years old, who got a lot of potential. And some people said that Patrick Williams really didn't show anything. My opinion, Patrick Williams had a phenomenal rookie season. I feel like on the defensive end, he played well. He guarded the team's best players, the KDs, the Giannis, the Lebrons, and he did a good job on them. Offensively, he need to be more aggressive, but that come with more touches. And I feel like I'm not trying to compare, but I feel like he's in the best situation when most rookies get drafted. They just get thrown out there to just learn on their own. But in Patrick Williams' case, he's behind 2 good scorers in DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. And for a young guy, he don't really have to think. He could just focus on something good at, which is playing defense, knock down open jump shots, and the game would just come to him. And as each season goes on, Billy D will give him more offensive touches, and then you gonna see what we got. Similar to Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio. He averaged 7 points his rookie year, 11 points the next year, 12 points the third year, 16 the fourth year. Then that fifth year, he went on to average 20 points per game, and now he's an all-star, all NBA player. So Bulls fans, chill, man. Just chill with all the trade rumors. The guy haven't played more than 3 seasons. He only played 1 season, so just chill, Bulls, man. I know we in a win now mode, but yeah, he's in his sophomore year.
Yeah, and to those of y'all listening on Spotify, so the question was, is Patrick in his sophomore year? And yeah, this is his second year. He only played like what, 7 games, something like that.
He played 5 games.
5 games, yeah, it's something real low. And look, and here's my 2 cents on this whole thing. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I think it's funny.
right.
Because if you're gonna be honest, the big man that you need right now, especially at the 4, because he's a 4.
Yeah.
Gritty Yuki says, then people are gonna call him a bust, which brings up a very excellent point. If you sit here and Mike, Gritty has another question, which we're gonna get to it, I promise. But we gotta understand, if you're a young kid who's expected to do something on a team and you get injured, you immediately become a bust. That label immediately puts on you. You're a bust.
Yeah.
Like that's just really how it comes down to.
And name a lottery pick that's playing on a championship caliber team right now.
A lottery?
Yeah, like a lottery.
To be honest,
the only guy I could think of is Patrick Williams.
Wait, are you talking about from this upcoming draft?
No, this draft and last draft.
Because
you got Cade Cunningham, Detroit trash. Evan Mobley.
You got Jalen Green.
The Cavaliers doing something. Jalen Green.
But yeah, I mean, Evan Mobley is in Cleveland, but they're not a
championship and win.
Yeah, they're a good playoff team.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna call them a championship team. So to be honest, from the last 2 drafts, yeah, I think only Patrick Williams.
Yeah, so it's like if we was rebuilding, he would be averaging maybe 14 points a game. The offense would be running
at least. Look, bro, I'm gonna put it to you this way, bro. If Evan Mobley could pop off, ain't no excuses for Patrick Williams not to be popping off if they were rebuilding.
Yeah. And I feel like once he figure out the NBA, and right now, me watching the games, I look at it like he just want to play his role. He don't want to outdo his role. He don't want to step on nobody's toes. He got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, so he just gonna do what he can do. But I feel like next year we will see. I think all the Bulls fans will finally shut the hell up, because like they want to trade everybody who have a bad stretch, like when Vucevic had a.
But you gotta also take this into consideration, Mike. Bulls fans, y'all been down bad ever since the end of that D-Rose era. So now that y'all got something, a lot of the Chicago Bulls fans, and if we're gonna be honest, most of the people that are calling for this kid to be traded are youngsters.
Yeah,
the one that wasn't able to live through MJ and that dynasty, and that they're either slow to catch on, or they're like the best Bulls experience they've ever felt and experienced was that D-Rose led team.
Which I get that, like, and they either young or they just want everybody, like another huge trade. But I didn't live through the MJ era. The only era I really got a chance to live through was the Derrick Rose era. And I seen how it ended. Derrick Rose got injured. The front office didn't give him that extra guard to run with him. But as far as this Bulls team, it's like you got 2 all-stars in Zach and DeMar. You got Vucevic, who the third guy.
And then you got Lonzo, who can still chip in. You got Alex Caruso, Kobe White, who defensively, yes, he's a liability, but if you put him at the 2, he can do something.
He can get hot.
And let's be honest, dog. Last year he was giving you 9 points a game.
No, Kobe?
Oh no! I'm talking about Patrick Williams.
Oh yeah.
Last year he gave you about like 9 points a game.
Yeah.
What y'all need to understand, and we're not you, the people who want him traded. What y'all gotta understand. You need that 10-point per game scorer
and a defensive stopper,
and that's what you need. This kid, and Mike, I'm with you. I don't think they should even consider it.
Yeah,
the only way I would consider it is if it's this amazing deal you can't turn down.
Yeah, and which I don't think that will never happen because only people like a Dame, KD, LeBron, top 5 players is only reason I'm trading Patrick Williams.
Yeah, and again, this is not to say that Patrick Williams is on their level. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is Patrick Williams fits what the Bulls are making. Yeah. He fits perfectly. He has a role, and on top of that, he plays that role perfectly, and he don't do nothing extra with that role. He shows up, and he's like, "Oh, this is what y'all need from me." Got it. And he does it. And that's what they need.
And being aggressive, I'd rather have somebody who lack aggressiveness right now than somebody who just don't care. Like he can always get aggressive. He's not aggressive right now because you're surrounded by all this talent.
Yeah, so you can't be aggressive. You can't. You can't because look, as much as I like him right now, who's better? Him or Lonzo?
Lonzo.
Who's better? Him or Caruso?
Caruso.
Who's better? Him or Vucevic?
Foods.
Who's better, him or DeMar?
DeMar.
Who's better, him or Levine?
Levine.
Now, so now that's 5 dudes I done named. 5 dudes I done named. And so who's better, him or Kobe White?
Right now, I would go with Kobe.
So now that's a potential 6th guy. That is a potential 6th guy.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and the thing about the future, like DeMar on the 4-year deal, in 3 years, Patrick Williams could pop. And once DeMar move over, Patrick Williams would have learned everything from DeMar, from everybody on the team, and he'll be what's the word I'm looking for? Well polished to take on that role.
And the kid is 20 years old.
Yes, in 4 years he'd be 24.
Like think about it and imagine you're learning all this stuff from veterans. Now when he hits his prime, not only will his body be formed, not only will his game will be fully shaped, but now you have the knowledge of 2 bona fide scorers in Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan.
And on top of that, playoff experience, championship experience, he will have that. How to act in the playoff. He will have that at 24 years old. Like, come on, man.
Facts. Talk to him, Mike. But not 100%. You and I, we on the same boat. And they should not even consider trading him at all.
And the type of player is what we need right now. That's why we're looking to trade for a 4 to do what he do. Like I keep saying, Harrison Barnes will fit a lot of teams
perfectly.
He would fit this Bulls team perfectly. The only person on this Bulls team who might get traded is Kobe White because Io made him expendable.
Yes, 100%. Nah, I'm with you there. I wholeheartedly believe they would be Kobe White would 100% be the dude.
I haven't yet heard a real reason why we should trade Patrick Williams.
The only legit excuse I've ever heard was because he's injured.
Yeah,
that's the only excuse. And I'm like, okay, now what if he wasn't injured? Then all of a sudden the conversation's not fun no more. So I'm with you. They should not.
I understand we've been through a tough time, but it's just like you gotta watch things grow. Like you can't just because it's not guaranteed that we're gonna do something this year. Nothing guaranteed.
If we're gonna be honest, and you're right there because it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. If you know what I mean, like it's not. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, you guys have to go all in because think about it. You will have this roster in maneuverability next year. So let's say y'all lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, you could be like, okay, we need a little more depth at this position. you guys will have the opportunity to go and get it.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? So it's like the whole thing about like panicking, relax,
Yeah.
breathe, and chill out. That's all I really gotta like tell y'all. You know what I mean?
I feel like this Bulls team as is real good. They beating the team. They beating team they supposed to be beating.
This Bulls team right here, in my opinion, this Bulls team right here is a lock for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be honest,
we just gotta find a way to. We need somebody to just slow down KD or Giannis. Once we get that wing,
I disagree.
I don't know. Giannis is a beast, and KD.
I'm gonna tell you why. You have somebody on your team that has the potential of going bucket for bucket with Giannis. You have a dude on your team who has the potential.
Got two
of going. If we're gonna be honest,
possibly three.
So my thing is, if I'm them, I let the superstar get his. Let Giannis drop 40. Let KD get a 50 bomb. Hold everybody else down.
I'm not afraid of Chris Middleton.
No. Yeah. I'm scared of how he looks. That's it. I'm not, because for me, he's way too inconsistent. He's way too up and down for me to fear you like that.
Yeah.
You're way too inconsistent to be like that. So, me personally, like I said, I think y'all got the advantage over Milwaukee. And I don't even think it's close.
I'm waiting for that match. I want to see
it. It'll be very, very interesting. But speaking of seeing, we need to see what the fuck Jacksonville is going to do. They have requested permission to interview 6 NFL coordinators. Tampa Bay's offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich, and their defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles. Dallas offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, and defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn. The Colts defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, and the Packers offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, which he's automatically eliminated because, let's be honest, I'd rather him call the plays as Matt LaFleur. But again, I digress. Who do you think, and all that, by the way, that is not even talking about the first guy they're going to interview, which is tomorrow, Doug Peterson. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they're trying to schedule something with Jim Caldwell as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And real quick, before we get into this, let me ask you something, Mike. Devin Hester. Do you consider him to be a one-trick pony?
Like, he was just good on kick special teams?
Yes.
No.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, I feel like he could have. Well, he played defensive back, then he switched to want to be a receiver, special team receiver. But I didn't really think he had a chance in Chicago with Jay Cutler, because it's been spoken on in the past, him and Jay Cutler didn't have the best relationship, that he really didn't get the ball. But I think when you look at these receivers who's good on special teams, if given a chance, I think he would have been a good receiver too. Just because look at the guy we got now, Jakeem Grant. He's a nice receiver and on special team. Or the same as a Cordell Patterson or Deebo Samuel. Guys need to just not be limited in that box. And I feel like with the Bears, he was limited just as special team.
Okay.
He didn't get a lot of opportunities at the receivers.
All right. I was just curious. But who do you think should be the new head coach for Jacksonville?
Do you think he's the one trick pony? I'm guessing that's a yes. But I know one thing for sure, he's a Hall of Famer.
No debate. No debate. Because of what he can do a character, he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
And then
they moved him.
Say he better than Devin. Man, in the words of Child Johnson.
Who said they're better? Who said they were better?
Pac-Man Jones said he was a better kick return than Devin Hester.
Come on, stop playing. No disrespect to you, yo, Pac-Man. Come on. Do better. Come on, do better. I believe Devin Hester is the greatest return specialist in the history of the game. Yeah. And I don't even think it's close after that. I don't think it's close. So, Grenady said Jags are hiring Jason Garrett. At this rate, they might as well. But
that'd be a Jaguars move.
Mike, I'm opening the door for you. Who do you think should be the next head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I was trying to see what teams might need a head coach because a lot of these guys might wait, but the only thing with this Jacksonville team that would excite me as a coach is they probably have money and Trevor Lawrence. So the top 3 guys I'm looking for that I might see is Doug Peterson because he got the name Super Bowl champion. I can see him. Maybe guys will follow him. Byron Leftwich, who was a former Jaguar, and he's also an OC. The last guy, I think they might go Young and Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore with Trevor Lawrence, that might be a good fit. I think the Jaguars might go offense. Try to help Trevor Lawrence see what he can do with a good offensive coach. So those 3 guys, I really believe. I don't think they're going no defensive coordinator. Anybody with a defensive man, I don't think they'll go for. I feel like they go strictly for offense. And those 3 guys, I can see taking a job like that.
I'll be honest. For me, I don't think Kellen Moore. I wouldn't if I'm him, only because Mike McCarthy's already on the hot seat. He was basically, as soon as he was given the job, he was on it. So I feel like personally, again, maybe it's just me.
So you saying he might can take?
I think if I'm him, I stay in Dallas because you know how much Jerry loves, your inside people. If he can stay there, they end up in a couple years. Because listen, Mike McCarthy is not Jerry Jones dude. He lets him go. He'll go, oh, who do I go with?
I can go in-house. Why not go in-house?
Go in-house, and who do you have more faith in? You're going to go with Kellen Moore. So if I'm Kellen Moore, I don't consider this job only because I'm looking at it like,
That's a great point. That's a great point because you already like this dude on the hot seat. If I stick around maybe 1 or 2 years, Dak's still here. I got Zeke, got CD. Yeah, I might can take over this job. So yeah, that's a great point. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I'm scratching Kellen Moore off. That's a great point you made.
That's really why I said that, because I'm like, if you really sit down and think about it, I mean, if I'm Kellen Moore, I go, yeah, don't get it twisted.
Especially if they shoot themselves in the foot in the playoff, Mike McCarthy most likely
exactly, because again, they're gonna need a guy they're gonna blame, and again, Mike McCarthy not being a Jerry Jones dude like that opens up the door for Kellen Moore to kind of just be slipped right in. So I don't think it'll be him. I think Byron Leftwich should be their number 1 guy. And if they can't get him, if he goes anywhere else, let's say he goes to Chicago, or if he goes anywhere else, then they should get Doug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that should be there too. I love Todd Bowles, but I don't like Todd Bowles as a head coach. I think he fits perfectly as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's why, and I don't think the Jaguars want to go, and I don't think none of these quarterbacks that's on the hot seat or fired want to go. I mean, not coaches. None of these teams want to go in the defensive way because the game is transitioning all the way to offense. And we still got the Raiders out there too looking for a head coach.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and here's what thing is like. If you're the Jags, in no way, shape, or form do you sit there and say, convince us to hire you.
Yeah.
They better not said that. I was saying this earlier this morning, and I had dudes cracking up when I was saying this, but I was being dead serious. If I'm going in there, if I'm Byron Leftwich, I'm throwing my Super Bowl ring on the table. Said there. Now, here's what I want. They're gonna have shit written out. We're going back like it was like into college. You're paying for my house, you're paying for my car. Then you're gonna pay me a salary. I get full control. Matter of fact, I want a boat. Buy it. Like that's because again, the Jags are in this position where they have no choice.
Yeah.
Because be honest now, they don't have any choice, any room, they should not be trying to make any type of demands whatsoever.
No.
And I was like, look, man, and again, I do believe this is one of the most appealing jobs in terms of being a head coach, because after what they just had, the new guy can come in.
I got an article for you. I want to. You can go ahead and finish. I want to look for stuff so I can read you.
Oh, but yeah. Someone said Kevin Stefanski, or Mike Zimmer. I'm assuming both of the. Well, look, I don't think Kevin Stefanski's getting fired. I know Mike Zimmer is. I was talking earlier this morning, and somebody said, and I agreed with him. It was my boy Dustin. Shout out to Dustin, but they said Eric Bieniemy is just destined to go to Minnesota, and I'm with him. I wholeheartedly believe that Eric Bieniemy is destined to go there. And then Gritty Yuki says, I think Mike Zimmer would go to Las Vegas or Jacksonville. I'd say he's more likely. I don't think he's going to neither. But if I have to pick, I think he's more likely to go to Jacksonville. Because, I'm sorry, Las Vegas. I'm sorry. I think he would go to the Raiders. Because, again, if you think about it, and Mike, if I'm wrong, check me here. But Jacksonville's not going to be good for a while. This is a good starting job for a rookie head coach who's never done this before.
That's what Vegas, this is. The Vegas team?
No, Jacksonville.
Oh, the Jacksonville? Oh, yeah.
Jacksonville is like you need to go in there and you need to establish kind of the same thing what the Lions are doing with Dan Campbell.
Not a lot of pressure. Go in there and just show us improvement. That's it.
Yeah, and listen. And what I said, and this is what I was saying. And I told him this, and somebody got mad at me in this, but I'm like, look, you don't need an all-time great coach. You just need someone who can step in, be a player's coach. And they were like, oh yeah, you don't, if I'm a player, I don't want a coach or I don't want a friend. Okay, well, you want someone friendly. And if you don't believe me, Urban Meyer, part of the reason he got fired was because he wasn't friendly. If you don't think you need to be friendly, why you got Bill Belichick apologizing? Yeah. Why do you think people love Pete Carroll? Because he's personable. Both are Harbaugh brothers. They're personable.
And it's not about being friendly. About somebody. If I'm a player, you want to have a coach that understands you and connect with you. Like, for instance, Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy is a player's coach. Like he's a good dude.
Which is what make him keep his job for as long as he kept it.
Yeah, like the team's still playing hard for him. You seen the win against the Seahawks, like guys still playing hard for him, but everybody knows he's shitty at play calling, but he's a good dude.
Right, and on top of that, and this is another thing I said, we need to take into consideration what team you're playing for. This is a Jacksonville team that's young.
Yeah.
Young. So you can't try to be stiff on them when you know what I mean? They're not gonna respond well to it. Why do you think Urban Meyer lost the locker room?
He was used to he was trying to be like what's the word? Just trying to be dominant.
He tried to rule with an iron fist. He was trying to rule with an iron fist, and I'm like, dog, that's not gonna work for you, dog.
I didn't see that comment. What Yuki say?
Oh, they said, do you know who Jacksonville and hold on, I'm about to put it up right now. You know who the Jaguars or Raiders should get? Matt Nagy. Greedy and Yuki with the troll. But look, man, and like I said, dog,
take them.
The Jags need to be smart.
Yeah.
Whoever they get, they need to understand we need a player's coach right now. We need a guy who can talk to the guys and not really coddle them, but be able to sit down and talk and say, yo, Trevor Lawrence, you threw that pick in a double coverage, though. You had to check down.
So I got a question. I got a question for you. I got 7 teams I'm gonna name. Which team in order you think is the best head coaching gig to the worst? So you got the Bears, the Broncos.
Hold on. Don't spit them out yet, because I'm about to open up. I'm not joking. I'm opening up a Word document because I love playing these games. I love it. So hold on. Let me open up a Word document real quick because I want to be able to jot down. All right. So you said it was the Bears and who else?
Like the Bears, the Broncos.
Okay.
The Jaguars.
And then you said Jags.
Panthers.
Okay.
Raiders. Yep. Texans and Vikings.
and Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want me to rate them?
Yeah, one.
What I think is the most appealing one.
Yeah, 7 is the least appealing. Number 1 is the most appealing.
Okay. Let's see. So number 7.
You want pros and cons, or you just want to do it yourself? Because in this article they got pros and cons.
No. I want to try to do it myself. I want to try to.
I'll take the pros and cons afterwards.
Yeah. Okay. So for 7, for the least appealing,
yeah,
I'm gonna go Panthers.
Panthers.
The reason I'm gonna go Panthers, they're in this weird place where they have no identity. They don't know who is their number one receiver. They don't know who their number one running back is because Christian McCaffrey is like, they need to have a conversation with themselves, and so does the Giants. We might have to go turn the running back by committee, even though we have an elite talent. With him just getting injured, we might have to turn to that. They don't know who their starting quarterback is. Like Matt Rule, I don't even know if he even understands what team he has. So for me, I'm going to go with the Panthers. I will say this, though, in their favor, they do have some money. So it's not like they're stuck. But again, they're still in this purgatory limbo space where they themselves don't even know where they want to go.
So for the Panthers, the pros are young talent. That's it. The cons, lack of quarterback and missing draft capital.
Yes. So, and I agree with that. So I got them at 7. Right. And to me personally, I think they're the worst of these 17, and it's not even close.
Said Panthers at 7. I'm gonna write this down.
Now, So I got them at 7. Now at 6, I'm gonna go Texans. I'm gonna go Texans 6. They have a lot of draft picks. They're projected to be a top 3 pick. No, top 5. They're projected to be a top 5 pick. So you have something. You do have some, you just need to understand not only be full-blown rebuilding, you need the main issue I'm saying it's bad is because right now you're going in there with a handicap because your best player does not want to play for you anymore. So before you can fully move on, you need to see what you're going to get.
Yeah, and he dealing with his own shit that's really.
And the thing is, in order for us to trade him, he's got to deal with that.
Yeah,
he has to. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with them for 6 for all of that. So if they also have money, and again when they trade Deshaun Watson, they might be able to get a solid quarterback. They might get Tua Tagovailoa. They might get a Taylor Heineke. They might be able to get if it all goes down a Jimmy Garoppolo. Instead of being horrible, you might be able to. And on top of that, the way Davis Mills has been playing recently, he himself might have earned an opportunity to prove, hey, I can do something here.
Yeah.
So for all that, I'm gonna say they're 6. What's the pros and cons for them?
Pros, draft capital.
Yep.
The cons is uncertainty at quarterback, ownership is a mess, and lack of talent.
Yes, it's a ownership right now, and I'm gonna tell you why ownership is a mess. Ownership is a mess because they're in a situation they can't get out of.
Yeah,
because once he leaves, anybody he wants, it's gonna be real sticky. So I got them at 6 now. 7 or 5th.
Yeah.
To me, I'm gonna. This was real close for me because the next 3 teams. So I'm basically torn between the Vikings, Raiders, and Broncos. I think all of them are close.
Yeah,
I think they're close. I'm going with number 5. I'm going to go because I can't just. All right, I'm gonna go. So here, 5. I'm gonna go Raiders. The Raiders right now, you have Derek Carr. You have a solid starting point. You have Darren Waller. Okay. On the defensive end, you got a guy like Max Crosby. You got some stuff there. Coming off of this John Gruden era.
And you didn't mention Josh Jacobs.
Well, here's the problem with that. To me, he's a con.
Ooh.
And the reason is because when they first got him, he was expected to be a generational talent, and he's playing good. He's just not living up to what he was built for. So I could almost consider him a kind of on top of that. You need to watch him too, because let's not forget Henry Ruggs. What Henry Ruggs did, Josh Jacobs almost did that. He got stopped, so he wasn't able to hurt anybody. But let's not pretend like he also wasn't in that same boat, and he potentially could have been Henry Ruggs. So, in terms of the upcoming draft, the pick, it's not going to be that much of a decent pick. They do have some solid draft trade capital, though. They do have some cap space. So when you get there, I didn't even mention Hunter Renfrow, who is a legitimate stud. I'm gonna put them at 5 only because ownership is in this weird situation where they're comfortable just being in purgatory. Yeah. They're comfortable going 500. And as a coach, I don't want something like that.
Yeah.
If we're gonna lose, we need to lose for a purpose.
But they
losing because we're rebuilding.
Yeah, they cool with being average.
Exactly. And that to me is like a major red flag. Because if I make a move to make us go from average to good to great, and you're talking about, I don't want to do it, what am I here for? So for those reasons, I'm gonna have Raiders at 5.
So the pros are quarterback, veteran pieces, of course, location.
Mm-hmm.
The cons is lack of young talent and depth.
Yep. And again, you can do that through the draft.
Yeah.
But again, it all depends whether or not they'll give you a little bit of pushback. So number 4, I'm gonna go Vikings. You have a very, very high-powered offense who I believe they're kind of in the situation as Chicago, where you got a solid team as your head coach holding you back. And this Vikings team, you need, if we're gonna be honest, you need an offensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
That's why I said Eric Bieniemy, straight to Minnesota.
That'd be nice. Well, would you keep Kirk Cousins, though?
Hell, fuck yes. Fuck yes. I don't get the slander on his name.
I don't. I just want to ask you that question. A lot of people, put slander on his. I feel like he's a above average quarterback.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah,
he's solid. Statistically speaking, he's having a better year than Aaron Rodgers.
I feel like he that tier C level quarterback.
I put him in B.
B.
I put him in B because C tier is Baker Mayfield, and Kirk Cousins is better than Baker.
I had Baker like in the. Yeah, I guess you could say. Yeah, I do have Baker like in a C average. So I move Kirk up to a B.
Gritty Yuki says Kurt is decent. He just doesn't show up when he needs to. But he does though. He does. Like I remember, I did this thing with primetime games. He played 6 primetime games. He's 4-6 in those, 4-2 in those games. Throwing over 270 yards. He has a solid completion percentage. It's just I don't know. Kirk Cousins. It came down to he had one bad game in Washington, and people just never let him live it down. It was the play when he was supposed to he did that fake kneel thing, and then they wrapped around him. Ever since that play, they've been destroying his name ever since. I like Kirk Cousins. I think you can win with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Now, if a better quarterback comes around, go ahead. If you can get a Deshaun Watson, feel free. I won't get mad at that.
I don't need nobody in the Vikings. Like I said, I don't need nobody in the Vikings, the Lions, or the Packers.
You said what?
I said I don't need nobody good with the Lions, Vikings, or Packers.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean? Because you're a Bears fan. I forgot. Yeah. But not like I like Kirk. I think you can keep him. You have a young stud in Justin Jefferson. You have a solid defense. You know what I mean? I think they're a little low on cap space. But I think their draft capital is not the best, but you can work with it.
Yeah.
You can work with it. So for those reasons, I'm gonna put them at 4. What's the pros and cons?
The pros roster, talent on the roster. You got a patient ownership, veteran
Mhm.
quarterback. Which this don't. I'm finna hit you with the cons now. They with the pros, veteran quarterbacks. With the cons, veteran quarterback
Well, because
and cap flexibility.
their cap flexibility is really not good. The reason I think they put that at con, if I'm not mistaken, I think next year is his last year. If I'm not mistaken. So I think that's why they put him. So you have a good quarterback in terms of the talent, but it's also a con because you're gonna have to worry about figuring out whether or not you want to extend him or not.
And I think Yuki just said Kellen Mond.
Yeah, because Gritty Yuki said we all thought Kellen Mond was gonna replace him, but he was bad. Yeah, no, that was a bust.
And now next year 2022 will be his last year of his contract.
So next year's his last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's why they did that, because after that, you need to figure out, do you want him or not, which I think they're gonna end up re-signing him.
He's 33 years old. Yeah.
I think they'll re-sign him for like another 3 years.
I thought he was in his late 20s.
Nah. Because remember, he started late because he backed up RG3. Yeah, he was backing up RG3.
Right, so now we got 3 more teams left.
Yes, sir. So number 3, the Denver Broncos. The reason I have them at 3, you have a great defense. You have a great young wide receiving core. Jerry Jeudy is phenomenal. I love Cortland Sutton. You have a decent run game. The only thing holding you back is quarterback. I love Teddy Bridgewater, but he's the first half of his name. He's a bridge to get you over the water. It's Teddy Bridge me over the water. That's what I call him Teddy Bridge me over the water, because that's what he is. No disrespect to him whatsoever, but that's just what he is now.
Hey, that was a cold ass line. I hope you came up with that yourself.
Yes, I did,
bro. That was
no,
cold.
bro. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for a while.
That was cold.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while, to the point where some people they heard me and then they started saying it. So I'm like, fuck it. I hope I started a trend, but yeah, Teddy Bridge me over the water. I honestly, that's really their only flaw, to be honest. If you get an Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, hell, if Kirk Cousins even goes there, and that team could be dangerous. So yeah, that for me, the pros, they have a young talent at key positions. You got young talent at key positions. You got a rock steady defense. Who after they traded Von Miller, they stepped up and they have played even better. And for me, the con, draft capital, they have plenty of cap space, so that's not a concern.
They don't. Well, for the pros, I'm looking at it. Pros, young roster, cap space. Cons,
yeah, I was about to say, they got plenty of cap space. Their draft capital isn't the best.
Yeah, the ownership uncertainty is the cons, and like you said, the quarterback is the con.
Yeah, Drew Lock is just meh. Yeah, Gritty, you with the comment.
I forgot about Drew Lock.
And listen, Drew Lock, he's a nice kid. He's a nice kid, so I think he'll enjoy a nice career of being a backup. But I think that's really all it'll be, because at the end of the day, unfortunately, he's just not that guy.
Down to 2.
And then there were 2. The second team, the number 2. By the way, these 2 teams, the reason I'm saying that they're kind of in the race for the best is because when you first take these jobs, the clock does not start for you for 5 years. You're going to get a 4-year deal to build something. Then you're going to make something else. Then you're going to get another contract. And guess what? At like the second year of that contract, that's when your time is going to start. So in terms of, you'll be able to have control. You'll be able to pick your guys, start your own culture. You'll have more control. So that's why I have these 2. Number 2, I got Jacksonville. You have again, nice franchise kid in Trevor Lawrence. You have a lot of young talent at your disposal that, again, you can kind of figure out, Do I want to play him? Do I not want to play him? Let's see what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. And then obviously the management. Yeah, the management is a con, like, you know, the upper office. But by the way, pardon the pun, because I said they're a con, and Mr. Khan owns the team, so that actually I didn't realize I did that. But with the Jags, I think you can overstep them because I believe that whatever head coach they get, they will give him the power he needs to, in essence, override everything. Yeah. So with that cap space, the draft capital is phenomenal. You know what I mean? Their future is looking bright.
Mm-hmm.
So again, really the main cons are you're going to lose now and Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Because your first year, you're going to be compared to Urban Meyer. As much as that drives people nuts, it's going to be like, look what he did. Urban Meyer couldn't do that. So you're always going to have this, or if you mess up, they'll be like, I wonder if Urban Meyer would have caught that. Like, for that first year, maybe even 2 years, you're going to have that. But outside of that, I don't think so.
And the pros, like you said, young quarterback, patient ownership, cap space. The cons, a riding culture, and lack of talent.
Yes. Yep. Gritty Yuki said Patriots pros, quarterback, running back, defensive, check, cons, wide receiver core. You got jokes. And then the number one job, I go Bears. I'm not saying this to be nice to you. I'm not trying to win brownie points, but you get a different coach. This Chicago Bears team is a wildcard team.
Thanks.
So not only you have that, you have a potential young franchise quarterback. You have a number one wide receiver in Allen Robinson. You have a legitimate running back in Montgomery. And that's not even mentioning Tariq Cohen is out. That's not even mentioning him. You have you guys have a solid defense. Keep that roster the same, and you put a different coach, you guys are in the wild card.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? So now you're going to do that. You're going to have, you get a new guy in there who can actually have, control and can help build this team. A couple pieces, and all of a sudden, y'all going Sizzler.
Yeah.
So for me, with all that, again, ownership, questionable. Yeah. It is questionable. You're going to be fighting an uphill battle.
But one thing, one good thing about Bears, one good thing about Bears ownership is they let you do your job. Because they don't know too much about football themselves, but let you do your job. But it's
Ryan Pace, honestly. It's Ryan Pace.
Yeah, but I don't think Ryan Pace is that. I give Ryan Pace a C. I don't think he's that bad. He made a lot of dumb decisions, but he's not really bad. Like the only bad things I can say about Ryan Pace is he gave out a couple of bad contracts. That's pretty much only thing I can say bad about Ryan Pace.
Yeah, but those bad contracts set y'all back a grip.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? Gritty, you can put the comment. Let's be honest, Pride, your wide receiver core can be good. They're not reliable. And you're right. That's why I didn't defend it. But that's why I didn't defend my wide receiver core, because listen, they have the potential, but they're inconsistent at times. So I know I didn't want to say it. So Gritty and Yuki, I
do like his aggressiveness, because the Khalil Mack trade, he was aggressive on that. I do like some of his drafting. He hit on a lot of draft picks, and he fed on a lot of draft picks. I'm not going to sit here and be mad about the Mitch draft pick, because nobody knew Patrick Mahomes was going to be Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you passed up on Deshaun Watson.
I was going to say this, and I'm with you. You can't sit there and say about Patrick Mahomes, because people thought he had the potential, but they really weren't sure. Deshaun Watson was ready out the gate. So when they passed him up, I was like, maybe they see, because again, every GM wants to be that guy that finds a diamond in the rough. Yeah. You know what I mean? They want to be able to find the Tom Brady's of the world. They want to find the Patrick Mahomes, the Aaron Rodgers, the guys who have to sit a few years, then play, all of a sudden they're phenomenal.
And every GM have at least one like bad thing, one draft, like one high draft pick bad to their name. And I feel like he hit on Justin Fields. He was aggressive, traded up. So and he could be a key in getting us Sean Payton. They best friends. So I'm a
True. But yeah, for all that, I got Bears in number one. What's
yeah,
the
but
pros and cons?
the pros is young quarterback, patient owner, cap space. The cons is draft capital and roster depth. So you had Panthers 7, Texas 6, Raiders 5, Vikings 4, Broncos 3, 2 Jags, and number 1 Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
So this was ESPN had. Number 7, the Texas.
Okay.
Number 6, the Bears. Number
What?
yeah.
Yeah, ESPN bugging. ESPN bugging.
Number 5, the Raiders. Number 4, the Panthers. 3, the Jaguars. 2, the Broncos, and number 1 is the Vikings. That's the ESPN top 7.
How the hell is Panthers a top 5?
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm about to tell y'all, bro. When it comes to ESPN, they're weirdos, dog. They weirdos, fam.
Whoever is Bill Barnwell made
You're
this
a
article.
weirdo. And right here, funny part, there's gonna be that one clown out there that reads that and goes, "Huh, it makes all the sense in the world." There's gonna be that one moron who knows nothing about what he's talking about and goes, "Yup, it makes sense." No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't. Now the Broncos being a top 3, I get that. I get that. Bears being, you said the Bears were 6th.
Yeah.
Out of your fucking mind. The Panthers being top 3 is absurd. And I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. Thank God. I've always wanted to work for ESPN when I was a kid. I'm so glad I don't. I'm so glad I don't, because, dog, my credibility would be horrible. Like, oh no, that'd be horrible. Last topic of the day. We're gonna end it up with some fun. Mike, holla at your boy. What do you believe are the top 5 duos, the best 1-2 punch in the league?
So I was thinking long and hard about this list. I even spoke to you before the show about Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Is they really a duo? So I'm not gonna add them on my duo list because I feel like
personally, maybe it's just me, a better duo would have been him and Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
For this year, I'm talking about.
Like Draymond Green, he does a lot of dirty work, but as far as like comparing him to these guys on my list, he's not offensively better than these guys that on this list. So right. I couldn't pick Steph Curry. I could have did Steph McClay, but I can't do it with Steph and Draymond. I don't know why. Right. So number 5, I got you know what? Number 5, I had Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, but I'm gonna switch them out for Steph and Draymond.
Wow.
Because I feel like Steph is better than Donovan Mitchell, and
I'm not that high on Rudy Gobert, so I'm not that high on Rudy.
Yeah, I'm not high on Rudy Gobert, so I'm gonna give the love to Steph and Draymond. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to Giannis and Chris Middleton. Like Chris Middleton hasn't really had a good year. One thing I am really excited for. I can't wait till we do our all-star roster, because I want to know who I'm gonna choose for this roster.
Didn't we already do that?
I'm talking about the full roster, the starters and the reserve.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to wait.
Yeah, I can't wait till we do that. I really want to know what you got to say. So I got
we gonna do that. Trust me.
Number 3, so number 4 is Giannis and Chris Middleton.
Okay.
Number 3, I got my boys Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. A lethal 1-2 punches. Mm-hmm. It's so beautiful watching them guys play. Number 2 is CP3 and Devin Booker. Woo! Number 1 is James Harden and Kevin Durant.
Wow. For me, number 5, I'm gonna go with LeBron and Anthony Davis. The only reason they're that low is just because Anthony Davis injury history. That's the only reason. If he was healthier, I'm telling you, this would be a potential top 2, maybe even the best 1-2 thing in the league, right?
I agree with you.
Number 4, this is just me being a homer. Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. I gotta be that dude. As a 1-2, I love him with every fiber of my being. Number 3,
I can't be mad.
I'm gonna have Steph, but god damn it, him and Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, homeboy, has popped up and been great. Like, he's been holding it down while Clay has been out. And mind you, when I'm saying all this stuff for this year, I'll throw it out there this year. Number 2, this one, I'm stuck because obviously right now the best 1-2, it's either Chicago or Phoenix, right? Like, it's one of those. I'm gonna go with Chicago at 2.
Hey, this whole podcast, I think you've been showing us some love. I think you got a little.
But I don't hate y'all. I don't hate y'all though.
I think you want this hat, bro.
I mean, I'll take it. I mean, it looks nice. I ain't even gonna hold you. Look, for me, the only reason I'm going with Phoenix is because I saw Phoenix do that this year, and they're continuing it this year. And from Phoenix, I'll be honest. You said Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
You want Aiden?
What about CP3 and DeAndre Ayton? Let that simmer. Let that simmer for a minute.
No, I agree because
am I out of pocket for saying them?
No, because CP always been good with big. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's
what
you
I'm
want
saying.
CP3 as your point guard.
That's why I'm saying that, dog.
And if they had Devin Booker, I believe Aiden probably be giving me 25 and 13.
Oh yeah, but that's why I'm saying that. Like, you know what? My number 1, I'm gonna go with CP3 and DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Oh, only because we've seen them do it before.
Yeah.
But at second, we have no choice whatsoever to go DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. And again, this is coming from a dude. I was not high on Zach LaVine.
I know we had this when I first started.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I was not hot on him, bro. I was not high on him. I thought he was solid, but I was like, I kind of looked at him the same way I looked at Devin Booker. I like how you're playing, but when you become a legitimate team, I want to see how you are from there. Chicago's they're a legitimate team, and not only is Zach LaVine balling out, but there are times where he's taking himself out of the play to let DeMar DeRozan feel comfortable. Let that sink in. He was here first, and he's saying, "You know what, DeMar, you want that last shot? Take it." That, to me, that's special. That's special.
So Yuki,
appreciate you being here.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Always loyal.
Yeah, you're a real one. You're a real one, 110%. But
no KD, James Harden.
My 5. No, only because this year James Harden has not been the same. That's the only reason. Now, these last couple games, if we had that James Harden all year, I'm with you.
Yeah, I gave them the top, just more so KD, not James.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, KD and whoever, because KD been carrying. If we're gonna be honest,
KD and Patty Mills, fuck it.
KD and me, like Kevin Durant. Like, and people are saying, LeBron has been carrying the Lakers. I'm like, yeah. So is KD, and they're the number 1 seed in the East. So I'm just throwing out there, do with that information as
I got another. Before we get about it, I'm gonna read you the top 10 for some guy from the fadeaway world.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10, Trae Young, John Collins.
Okay.
Number 9, Luka and Kristaps Porzingis. Mm-hmm. Number 8 is Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Number 7 is Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. 6, Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins. Number 5, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. Number 4, Chris Paul and Devin Booker. 3, your guy LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
2, Giannis and Chris Middleton. And 1, Kevin Durant and James Harden. And this was posted December 2nd.
I think Giannis and Middleton are way too high.
Yeah,
way too high. But that's just me. But I'm not mad. I understand James Harden.
Would you prefer Giannis and Drew Holiday, or
either or? They're not top 5. You'll be closer with Drew Holiday, though. You'll be closer with him. And Luka and Kristaps, I don't know about that one, Chief. They low key been a little disappointing. Yeah. Low key, a little bit. But it is what it is. Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. If you guys see any news you guys want us to talk about, please feel free to tag us in it. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes. Not only do we go live on Facebook, but we'll also be doing the pick'ems and all that stuff. And if you're not on Facebook, catch us on YouTube at Prideful Takes. Visit our website, www.pridefultakes.com. Not only is every episode of the podcast up there, but we also have original articles. And check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the Prideful Takes podcast. Mike, my guy, any final words for the people?
Well, we'll be here Friday, so I can wish everybody Happy New Year's Friday. But enjoy you guys Wednesday. Catch y'all Friday. And shout out to all the loyal viewers. We appreciate y'all.
Facts, dog. Like on some real shit, yo. Y'all real ones, and we appreciate y'all. On behalf of Mike, it is your boy Pride. We'll see you on the next one.
And stop with the trade rumors, Bulls Nation. Please stop that. Just please stop that. That's my final word.
I love it, y'all. On behalf of Mike, it's your boy Pride. We'll see you on the next one. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read. Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the
2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go.
Did several of those inside low kicks.